What's good, YouTube? It's Troy back with a 2K video for the first time. Um, Gaming for me has been really stale the past few years, but this 2K has really vitalized me in the gaming community, and I really enjoy this game. So I'm gonna try to bring y'all the best content I can and help y'all at the game because there's a lot of people out there that make great quality videos, but there's not a lot of people that really explain how things work and why things work. And I'm gonna be try to be the guy that bridge that gap. So let's get this started. I'm gonna show y'all, in my opinion, the best point guard in this game, and I'm gonna tell you why, how I use it. I'm gonna give you all the details. This is going to be. I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible, but I want to try to give you as much information as possible. So stay tuned, lock in, let's go. Starting off on the offense, we got 63 on the close shot, 80 on the driving layup, 86 on the driving dunk, 35 on the standing dunk, 92 on the post control, 92 on the mid range, 86 on the three, 91 on the free throw. Now I'm going to tell you why. Close shot, not very important. It just goes up with the layup. Layups in this game are absolutely very good. I'm not going to say they're overpowered. They're real life. This layups are easy in real life. They're easy in this game. With an 80 layup, you can make absolutely any layup in this game as long as you know what you're doing and you use it the right way. Scoop shots and floaters are very, very good. Very hard to defend, and if you know your timing and you practice it, you will green them all the time. 86 drive and dunk. I picked this really for a few reasons, but I just want to preface this and say drive and dunk is overrated this year. It's not like last year. If you put high drive and dunk, you can have success with the dunk meter and all this, but you can really have success with about a 73 to 75 on the drive and dunk rating. But I went higher because this is a point guard build, and in my opinion, a point guard build has to be well rounded on offense. It has to have everything on offense. You got to be able to finish. You got to be able to shoot. You got to be able to pass. You don't want to over dribble the ball. You don't want to waste space. You want to be able to be effective and efficient. And the 86 allows me to do that. It gives you silver on all the major badges with posterizer, slithery, and precision dunker. And then any Hall of Fame badge on offense is very good. You just have to learn how to use it. All badges in this game, for what I see, for the most part, they work. You just need to practice everything. Gotta have gold unpluckable. As the main ball handler, you have to have gold unpluckable. It's a must. And again, look at all these Hall of Fame post scoring badges. Post scoring is very good in this game. You just have to practice it. You have to learn the different moves, the spins, the drop steps, the fades, the shimmies, all that, the hop shots. They're all very good. You just have to practice them. They all work. I promise you they work. 92 mid-range is absolutely unbelievably good. You get all the major shooting badges just because of this 92 stat on either gold or Hall of Fame. You pair that with the 86 3 ball, you get silver agent threes and bronze limitless. Bronze limitless isn't very good, but it does help. Like if you shoot from the hash or something, it will trigger. It helps. Silver agent threes, extremely good. Just like it was last year, extremely good. You can fade from three. You can really make any shot from three that you want with this build, and I'm gonna explain why in a second. And lastly, the free throw. Want to get gold free points. Don't really need it, but just filled it out. One hidden stat they don't talk about is offensive consistency. Shout out to YouTuber TCat333. Offensive consistency, in my opinion, after playing the game, testing things just on my own, I 100% agree with him. It makes your players smoother. It allows you to dribble smoother, prevents you from getting plucked. You just move different. You can hit every shot, and it makes your green windows bigger. 1,000,000% offensive consistency is a thing. I 1,000,000% believe in it. And to have a well-rounded build on this game as a point guard, I would like a 99 offensive consistency. Anything over 95 is great. And in order to figure out your offensive consistency, you have to add up all your blue and all your green attributes, and it has to equal to or above 601, with a give or take of about 4 depending on the build. Everything's different, but for the most part, if you hit 601, you'll have a 98, at least a 98, probably a 99, and that's all you need. Anything above 95 is really good, but the closer you get to 99, the better, because it will take your game to a new level, I promise you. Alright, to the playmaking. We're going to roll with an 87 on the pass sack, gotta have bailout. Dime or needle, threader, relay, touch pass are all on silver, post, and special delivery on goal. And I went 85 on the ball handle, because obviously you want to max it out, get the best dribbling you can. Another badge people aren't talking about as much is physical handles. If you pair physical handles with unpluckable, it will prevent you from getting ripped. I promise you. Speed with ball, 75. That's all you need. Zach LaVine. Let's go to the defense. Interior, 55. Perimeter, 59. Just enough for, bronze off ball, and then I put an extra point just because. And 60 rebounding, so I could get bronze box out and rebound chaser. I'm going to come back to this and tie everything together once I finish talking about the physicals. Starting with 81 speed, max that out. 73 excel, gives you silver blow-by, speed booster, triple strike, slippery, and spot finder. 95 strength. This right here is what takes this build from an A+ to just God tier, in my opinion. I'll explain why in a second. 80 vert, mostly to help with rebounding and contest when I have to jump under the rim. And of course, unlock animations. It's always good to have extra vertical if you can. It's not a must to have 80, but it's a good spot. That's where I keep it. And then, of course, you want to max your stamina out. So, this build right here, I know it says 59 on the perimeter, and you may be hesitant because of that. But I promise you, you can play disciplined defense on this build, and you will not get broked off. I promise you. 95 strength gives you Hall of Fame immovable enforcer. This badge right here is essentially clamps on steroids. If you bump somebody, or if they run into you, you body them up, they will not move. You will absolutely stonewall them every single time. Lateral quickness. This year, lateral quickness, if you did not know, is tied to your strength, not your perimeter defense. If you have 81, or if you have at least an 80 speed, you should be able to guard anyone in this game. Granted, they will have the low guards. They might get your ankles, and then you face somebody that's really, 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 really elite at the game. They dribble great. It is what it is. But this build is suited to play a role for the most part, but in my opinion has no weaknesses, and you can take it everywhere. With that being said, 81 speed is plenty enough to stay in front of your man. If you play disciplined defense, you stay between your man and the basket. No matter if you're on the perimeter or under the basket, you can get stops in this game. I promise you. 60 rebounding. May not look like a lot. But for me, I usually, 9 times out of 10, I'm playing corner defense on the left side in a 3-2. I can play up top if I have to, but that's the reason why I put this rebounding up to help the bigs in the paint. Rebounding this year is tough. Your whole team leaks, you will give up second chance points all the time. In order to limit second chance points, that's why I put the rebounding on this build. You pair the 60 rebound with the 95 strength, you can box anybody out in this game and get rebounds. So if your center's struggling, you can either help him box out, or while he's boxing out, you can grab the board. It helps. I promise you it works. Brick wall. You can set screens with this build. It's not something you have to do, but if you need to set a screen for somebody to help them, whether it be an off ball or a wrap and a handoff or something, this brick wall works. You can screen bigs. It doesn't matter. Overall, this build, look at the entire badge layout. This build has no weaknesses. You can play 5s with this build. You can play 3s. You can play 2s. You can go to the 1s in the theater. No matter what game mode you play, this build is viable. You can play as a 1 or a 2. You can be the main ball handler, the secondary ball handler. You can hold your own on defense. And it is the most well-rounded offensive build, in my opinion, in this game, period. This build is absolutely insanity. I'm telling you. I started with the 6'2", 92 3 ball, 93 ball handle, 90 dunk just because I wanted to try it. Good layup. Everything was good. Build's good. Like, it's good. It's not a bad build. But for me, this build right here has no weaknesses. If you play honest defense, take what the defense gives you, the sky's the limit on this build. It is dominant. I mean dominant. The main thing I noticed from the smaller build to this build with the added strength is the ability to just not get bumped by defenders. My 6'2", the lock comes up, starts getting in your face. You can't dribble. You can't do nothing. The only thing you can do is get ripped. You can't do anything. This build right here is a lock bully. You put that big lock on me, I will put my shoulder down. I will get through him, get to my spot, cash from the mid-range. Every time. Straight cash. If I'm off the ball, I'm moving. I'm looking to get open, trying to create a three-point shot, or trying to create an open look on the perimeter for the three-point shot. Knock it down with ease. I shoot way better on this build than I did on my last build. I shot around like 32% from 3 on the 6'2", with about a 90 offensive consistency. This build, I'm currently at a 95 offensive consistency. I'm shooting about 50% from 3, little over 50 from the field. I don't turn the ball over a lot. Most of my turnovers are from passes. I almost never get plucked on this build. Every once in a while I'll get plucked, but for the most part, I'm not getting ripped at all. Almost every game, they switch, because every time you play, you either matching up with a 6'2 or a 6'6". No one makes 6'8 point guards. I don't know why. I think they're very good. And you don't need a lot to play great defense in this game, but the added strength takes you from enough to hold your own to where you're actually pretty dominant defensively. Like, you can really outmuscle your matchup, especially when they're smaller. But yeah, that's the build. I'm gonna hit you with the shades. James Harden, Cade Cunningham, Spencer Dinwiddie. Not really the most realistic comparison, but I see it, right? This build has James Harden level of shot creating, right? Absolutely 100% does. James Harden's also really strong, and this build's really strong, so I guess I get it, but the height is where it kind of confuses me, but I digress. Cade Cunningham, up-and-coming player, very good. Don't really see it in this build, but Dinwiddie, I see it. Dinwiddie's a very good ISO player. He's a long guard, can really get his own shot, but overall, to me, for my money, if you only could make one build and you want to be able to, not have to rely on anybody to help you out if you play by yourself or whatever, this build, hands down, in my opinion, one of the most dominant builds you can make in 2K this year. Lastly, two shout-outs again. One shout-out to TCat333 again. The offensive consistency. Feel free to check his channel out if you want the more detailed explanation. 100% agree with it. And Kenzo2K. Originally, I was going to make a build kind of like this, or I was experimenting with it when the game first came out because I didn't really know what I wanted to make. But after I seen him make that build and the shots he was hitting in the ones court, I knew I could take that game into the rec with my 5 and be able to do what I need to do to help my team win games. This game's very good. Move that a little bit. In my opinion, at least, this game is very good compared to the last several 2Ks. You really can play basketball. It's fun. It's refreshing. And I'm looking forward to making content, help y'all get better at the game as I get better at the game. I'm not going to say I'm a noob, but I pretty much stopped playing 2K after like 17. I got all the 2K, most of all the 2Ks. I played them all, but I never really put any time into them because the game wasn't fun at all. But this game is fun, and I'm here. I'm coming hard, bringing y'all content. Y'all have a blessed day. Appreciate the views. Thanks for sticking with me, and y'all have a good one. Peace.